Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, August the 2nd, 2025. This is FlossTube number 143. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shelly, and this is my channel, The Serenity Stitcher, where I share not only stitching, but other little crafty things that I like to do, mostly cross stitch. So today I have an FO, two FFOs. Let's see, is there anything else as far as finishes? Let's see. Yes. Well, I'm trying to figure out what this shorthand is. I wrote down a finish on here, but I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Sorry. So I have 3 finishes and 2 FFOs. Sorry, guys. Okay. So anyway, we had our stitch group today. If you live anywhere in the northwest corner of Alabama or southern middle Tennessee or northeastern Mississippi, we have a slow stitcher group called Serenity Stitchers of the Shoals. We meet the first Saturday of every month except for the month of July. We meet from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2. And you just come when you want, leave when you have to. We meet at Calico Rose Quilt Shop in Florence, Alabama, and we did meet today. And so usually when I get home from that meeting, I kind of have all of my stuff together. And so that's why I film. That's when I film. Today I actually didn't bring cross stitch. This was a rough week. And so I just didn't feel like gathering stuff up and hauling a bunch of stuff. And so I just brought some wool applique to work on. But it was good, seeing what other folks were working on and things like that, and just to visit. So, after meeting, I went and met my 2 daughters and my daughter-in-love and one of my grandsons to have lunch at Cracker Barrel. I was disappointed. I ordered a burger, well done, and it was not well done. So I took a couple of bites and then I got it to go. I said I'll bring it home and actually cook it. But anyway, it was good just to, to visit with them. And then they came over after, and we had some cake that I had made yesterday. It's called a pig picking cake. I don't know why it's called that, but it's box cake mix with mandarin oranges in the batter, as well as eggs and oil. And then the frosting is whipped topping with a box of vanilla pudding mix and a can of crushed pineapple. And so orange and pineapple is just like, some of my favorite flavors for dessert. And so I made that last night. I had planned to bring it to our meeting, but once again, I just, I would have had to put it in a ice chest because we were going out to eat after. And so I was like, I'm just going to share it with my family. And so we came here to my place after lunch and we had dessert. So, rough week this week. Started my new job, and it's at this point kind of kicking my butt a little bit. But it was a rough week this week because my older brother passed away. I've talked about him on here before when he's been, dealing with health issues the last couple of years. He had bladder cancer that was treated, and he'd just gotten all clear, cancer free a couple of months ago. Last year he was pretty sick, and we thought, we thought it was bad, and then they put him on some medicine. He started getting better, liver issues, and so he'd been doing really well, and so this was a sudden death, and so complete shock. Yeah, so we don't know what the arrangements are yet. I think they're going to go make plans on Monday. So me and my younger daughter will be traveling down to Louisiana for a funeral, and yeah, this is going to be a hard trip. Um, this is going to be a hard trip because I not only am I going, bury my brother, but I have some other stuff that I need to deal with from. I've talked on here before a couple of years ago about finding out that my boyfriend from high school had passed away, and I've been dealing with the grief from that, and totally changed my life based on all the things that brought up. Um, and I'd say I'm in a place of peace, but I'm still in the midst of grief. And that city where I'm going to be going, to bury my brother is the city where we met and fell in love. And I have all of my memories with him in that city. I had already thought about going down there to go to the places and remember, and maybe video, like a video diary of it, because I want to be able to always remember. Um, and I don't see myself ever going back down there. And so, I mean, I never say never, but it's just going to be a lot with both of those deaths, dealing with that. So, keep us in your thoughts and prayers, please. So, yeah, rough week this week, and so I didn't feel like hauling a bunch of stuff today, which was fine. You can bring whatever you want to work on in our group, as long as it doesn't involve machines. It's just what you can do with your hands and a needle or a hook, or yeah, your hands. So I do have I've been consistently painting on my paint by number, so I'll show you that first. So I got this kit from Temu, and yeah, this is the first time I've done anything since I was, young, and this is quite different than the things that I painted on when I was young. I do have, light spots that I'll have to go back over and do another coat on to hide the numbers and the lines. But I enjoy working on this so much. I don't want to stop once I start. So basically, have to stop when my neck starts hurting. So I think that's the only well, I do have some wool applique that I worked on today that I'll show. So I did get this finish. So this was a whip go call earlier this year, and I didn't get it finished in that month, but I did get it finished in July. So this is Summer Cuttings. It's from a magazine, and you turn it into a little scissors case. And I've picked out the lining fabric choices. I don't know which one I'm going to go with yet. I'm kind of leaning, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more toward this, but then when I see the colors in this, I'm leaning more toward that, so I don't know. But anyway, that was a finish. And then This is another magazine piece, two pieces that I got FFO'd. So, excuse me, this needle book I had finished quite a while ago. I just hadn't put the felt in it. So now, now it's officially fully finished. And then this little design was supposed to be a biscorn new, and I mean, you can see how close to the edge. I placed it on the fabric wrong, and so I just decided to turn it into a little pillow. Just stitching one of the sides of the biscorn U, and then I'll just put my initials in the middle. I finished it with just some like satin that I had in my stash. So these have been worked on for quite a while, so that felt good to get that off of my list. So the wool applique that I brought today, and I just realized I need to grab the other finish that I did in July. I'll grab that in a second. So I'm working on this sampler quilt that's from Buttermilk Basin. And that's what it looks like. It's from the Quilt Sampler magazine. I think it's summer 2022. Spring, summer 2022. So I did buy the kit from Buttermilk Basin. And I haven't worked on the piece blocks yet. I've only worked on the applique blocks. And this was my first, I've done like smaller wool applique things, but this is the first like quilt. And I enjoy it. So I finished one of the blocks at the meeting today, and then I started this other one. And I haven't trimmed the fabric yet, but I just barely started the stem on the cherries. I got this one finished except for the button eye, and I don't know where my buttons are. They weren't in my little case. So I'll show you the rest of them that I've gotten done. So pretty. I like wool applique a lot better than I like, regular just cotton needle turn applique. I actually hate needle turn applique, but I do like to make applique quilts. But every time I start one, it's like, why are you doing this again? You don't like this. You don't like doing this. So that is that. And let me grab the other cross stitch finish. Okay, this was my other finish. This is Reaching for Hope from Silver Creek Samplers. This is on Vintage Country Mocha fabric. I think it's a 40 count. I changed the colors. The letters were like in a gold color. I used a hand-dyed by Rolanda floss, which I absolutely love. I changed the color of the sweaters. And yeah, got that finished. So pretty. I love her stuff. Okay, so whips. Let's see. Let me grab the ones that I have right here, and then I'll have to pause them and grab some other ones. So my Christmas pieces. I didn't get a whole lot done on this Christmas tree one from the French company. But I got a lot of the greenery put in on one side, and this is on a 40 count Atomic Ranch fabric with the called for DMC flosses. And let's see. I had 2 days that I worked on this month, and I put 531 stitches in it. And let's see. I did finish, this is my other finish. I finished number 8 of the Shannon Christine 12 Days of Christmas ornaments. Oh, actually, scratch that. I still have this flower to do. I thought I was finished. So this is actually one of the whip go calls for this month is the Shannon Christine ornament. My whip go board, my goals are to finish the pieces that are on it. And so, you know, just whatever one I was working on at the time when it got called is the one that I will finish. So I will finish this in August. And this is 28 count, 28 count black cashel, and I'm using her call for DMCs. I am changing up. I'm using Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure Braid for the in place of a chronic, and all of this, and then all around the number. That's all supposed to be beads, and I'm using the treasure braid instead. Let's see. I worked on this Songbird of Spring. This is a magazine piece. I worked on this for 3 days. I had planned on only working on it 1 day and then working on some autumn pieces. The other 2 days are one autumn piece. But I started working on this and I didn't want to stop, so I kept working on it. This is just a piece of Ada that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm using the called for DMC flosses, 1 strand, because it's an 18 count. That's that. I have really got to get my bag situation figured out. Like, I've got to put labels on these bags because I wasn't keeping all of my stuff in bags for a while. I was keeping them in a tower of drawers. And so I had, you know, all the drawers labeled with the topic. So now I have them in bags on a bookshelf, and I have labels for the different topics, themes, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know what's in each bag, and so I'm having to like unzip everything to find what I'm looking for. So I really, really, really need to label them. So this is also a magazine piece. This is Nature's Journey, and there are several stitchers over on Instagram that are doing a stitch along with this piece. I think I'm pretty much finished with the first, the spring section. I'm pretty sure I'm finished with that completely. And then this is coming over into summer. So I'm stitching this on a 46 count. I don't know the name of the color, but 46 is very, very slow going. And I'm just using DMC flosses, some the called for, some just substitutes that I had in my stash. So I'm, you know, way behind on that. So this was called in for WIPGO for August. This is my Blackbird piece that I'm working on. It's Rose Hips and Ivy. And so I did stitch some on that last night. This is Blackbird Weekend Sal, and so I stitched some on it last night. I'm going to stitch on it today and then stitch on it again tomorrow, as well as stitching on Nature's Journey. So hopefully this will get finished this weekend. I don't know if that's doable, but we shall see. This is an Atomic Ranch 40 count, and I picked my own overdyed flosses. A little brighter than what the pattern was. All right, hang on one second. Whoops. Okay, so I stitched a couple of days on Prim Stitch series by Lori Holt, and I stitched a lot on the church, but I also stitched a lot on the border in between. But I think that's all I stitched on was those two things, the church and then the border. This is a 32 count Jobelin lamb's wool. It's the color. I'm using DMC flosses, mostly the called for. Some I changed out one of the reds, I believe, or added another red for the flag. I'm stitching with only one strand over 2 threads. So I did 2 days and got about, looks like 700 and something stitches. That seems like a lot. That seems like more than what's done. I don't know. I also stitched on Midsummer Garden. This is from Vintage Tulip Design over on Etsy. And I'm using the kit by XJU Designs. So this is their call for fabric. I believe it's a 40 count. And then these are the flosses. So got more of these flowers done on the border. I got this motif, and then started on the, well, that's, I think, completely done, and then started on that one. So I got a good bit done, but it's kind of slow going. Wow, I stitched a lot of days, but I didn't get a whole lot of stitches. So I stitched 4 days. Let's see, 6, 7, probably about 800 stitches, I guess. So not too bad, but you know, 4 days is a lot to get just that many stitches. So, okay, I stitched on my full coverage piece, Intricate Intimate Romance. This was charted by Stitches So Beautiful over on Etsy. The piece of fabric that I had gotten to do this on from Amazon was humongous. So, I mean, this is what I cut off of it. So, after months of dealing with that, I said enough. So, I started working on it, then realized after I don't know how many stitches that I was using the wrong color. So I had to frog that and then start over. And then I decided I was gonna just try to get down one edge. And so I got down one edge and got all the way to the bottom and then cut that fabric. So, and I'm glad I did that because the pattern says it's like, I want to say it's like 300 by 400, and it's not. It's actually more than 400 long. It's like 430 something, I think. I don't remember the exact figures, but it wasn't accurate. So I was glad that I did go to the bottom and, you know, I double and triple counted it, you know, to make sure. And then I also double and quadruple counted it across, since I wasn't going to stitch across. I just, you know, counted it probably 5 times actually to make sure that I had, you know, make sure that I had enough and could cut off down there. So then when I started this piece, this is my second starting, I think. The other fabric, I didn't like it, but when I started that one, I started in the middle, and I started with their faces. And then when I came back and did it on this, I decided to not start in the middle, but I do want to get over to the people. So I got over and I started outlining the man's head. Now I started on this fabric, I started doing one strand half cross, and I didn't like that. So I've been going back in and doing full, you know, making the other part of the X on the ones that are still just one X, one half of the stitch. So, you know, that's taking up time too. But I worked on that, let's see, 4 days and got 895 stitches. So, let's see. I got two more things to find. Okay, so I stitched on Vintage Pansies for 2 days and got 1,104 stitches. I may have already shown this to y'all. I think I did, because I filmed, I think on July the 6th, and I worked on this the beginning of July, so I think I did show y'all this last video, but I'm going to show you again. Okay. This is, I don't remember the designer, it's on Etsy. If you want to know, just ask in the comments and I'll look it up, but this is what I got done. This is on a piece of fabric from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers using DMC, 2 strands, and I did 2 days and got 1,104 stitches. So see those 4-day stitching and only 800 and something stitches is kind of not a lot. And then I stitched some, just 1 day, 223 stitches on Black Belt sampler. So I had a mistake, and so I had to come and rip out, but I did get more of the words done, and then went in and corrected my mistake here and then stitched some more there. So this is a 40 count black linen, and I'm using some silk flosses on this piece. And this is from Marumi Designs over on Etsy. That is it. That's what I stitched on. So currently, I didn't start anything new in July. And so I finished 3 things. And so now I'm 46 whips, down to 46 whips from 51 at the beginning of the year. So not bad. I've finished 17 things so far this year, I believe. If you follow me over on Facebook, I have an album where it has my 2025 stitching in it. And let's see, what was I coming to look up? I don't remember now. Oh, I was going to look up my finishes. So, seventeen finishes so far this year. So, not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take it. I have been working some on my daughter's quilt. She actually made a comment when she was leaving. She's like, there's my 30-year-old quilt that now I'm almost 35 years old. Yeah. It's supposed to be for her 30th birthday, and I'm still working on it. But I have been actually working on it and hoping to get it. I'm hoping to get it done for her by Christmas. So, I don't think there's anything else that I needed to talk about. I think that's all. I think that's it. So, I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna go work on my blackbird piece and hopefully get that finished this weekend. And then I'll have to pick a new blackbird to start. That'll be fun because, you know, I have quite a bit of blackbirds. So, but remember us in prayer, like I asked a while ago. And I will see you guys next month. Thanks, and bye.